Hey there. So you're preparing for the PTE exam, and I know, it can feel like a really big challenge. But today we're going to zero in on one of the trickiest parts for a lot of people, the fill-in-the-blanks drop-down questions. And my goal here is simple. I want to break it down for you. By the end of this, you're going to have a clear, step-by-step strategy, and you'll feel so much more confident and ready to go.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to walk through 5 simple sections. First, we'll get clear on what the task is all about. Then, I'll introduce you to a really powerful 3-filter method. After that, we'll touch on some quick grammar tips and something called word partners. Then the fun part, we'll do a practice question together. And finally, I'll leave you with some key tips for test day. Sound good?
You know that feeling, right? You see a paragraph just full of gaps, and your mind goes blank, and you just don't know where to even begin. If that's you, trust me, you are not alone. It can feel pretty overwhelming. But the great news is there's a really clear and simple way to approach it, and that is exactly what we are going to learn today.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. You know, understanding the rules of the game is always the first step to winning it. So, what exactly is this question type asking you to do on exam day?
It's actually pretty straightforward. You're going to see a short piece of text on the screen, and it's going to have several blanks in it. For every single one of those blanks, you'll click on it, and a little drop-down menu will pop up with 4 or 5 different words. Your job is just to pick the one word that fits the best. That's it. Simple as that.
Now, let's get into the good stuff, the core of our strategy. I like to call this the 3-filter method. I want you to think of it like a tool that helps you sift through the options, get rid of the wrong answers, and lock in on the right one. It's super easy to remember, and believe me, it is incredibly effective.
So here they are, our 3 filters. First, we have the grammar filter. This is where you just ask yourself, does this blank need a noun, a verb, or an adjective? This step alone often gets rid of half the wrong choices immediately. Second is the collocation filter. Now, that's just a fancy way of asking, do these words sound natural together? You know, like they're good friends? And third, the context filter. This is where we zoom out and check if the word actually makes sense in the entire paragraph.
All right, let's zoom in a little bit on those first 2 filters, grammar and collocations, or as I prefer to call them, word partners. Getting a handle on these 2 is going to give you a huge, huge advantage. You know, these simple grammar rules are like little cheat codes. For instance, if you see the word to right before a blank, chances are you need a basic verb, like to analyze. See a or the, you're probably looking for a noun. And those words ending in ly, well, they're usually adverbs that describe an action. Just knowing these little shortcuts can help you slash through the wrong options so much faster.
Okay, next up is that collocation filter. And please don't let the technical name scare you. It's a really simple idea. Collocations are just words that are, good friends. They like to hang out together. In English, we make a decision, right? We don't do a decision. Some words just sound right together. And that's all this is.
And you'll find that the PTE exam really loves to test these word partners. You'll see pairs like vast majority or stiff competition all the time. In academic writing, we conduct research. We don't do research. We say something poses a threat. The more of these natural-sounding pairs you start to recognize, the easier these questions are going to get for you.
All right, enough theory. Theory is great, but practice is where it all really starts to make sense. So let's move on and actually see how this 3-filter method works with a real exam-style question. We'll go through it together, step by step.
Here we go. Here's our sample sentence. The research team blanked an experiment to test the new theory. Let's just focus on that first blank for now.
Okay, so our options are made, conducted, did, and took. At first glance, they all seem pretty similar, don't they? But this is a perfect time to use our collocation filter. In academic English, the word partner for experiment is conduct. You conduct an experiment. That's a really strong common pairing. So our answer has to be conducted.
Perfect. Let's move on to the next part of the sentence. It reads, while the results were blank, they provided enough data. Let's think about what kind of word needs to go in that blank.
So the options are initial, initially, initiate, and initiation. This is a classic grammar question. The sentence is describing the results, and results is a noun. So what kind of word do we need to describe a noun? That's right, an adjective. Looking at our list, the only adjective is initial. Initially is an adverb, and the others are different forms. So using our grammar filter, the only possible answer is initial. See how that works?
And now for the last one. The sentence finishes with,
They provided enough data to blank further study. Let's use our third filter here and think about the overall meaning, the context.
The options are prevent, justify, ignore, or refuse. So let's use that context filter. This sentence tells us they have enough data, which sounds positive, right? Well, positive data wouldn't prevent or ignore more study. It gives a good reason for more study. It would justify it. The word justify fits the meaning of the sentence perfectly.
So you've got the strategy now, which is awesome, but how do you actually use it when you're under pressure, during the real exam? Let's finish up with a couple of really crucial tips for test day.
Time management is absolutely everything in the PTE reading section. You have to be quick and efficient. Your goal for each of these passages should be about 2 minutes, no more. That's what's going to keep you on track to finish the entire section on time. And this brings me to what might be the most important tip of all. Please do not get stuck. If one blank is really confusing you, and you've spent, say, 30 seconds on it, it's time to move on. Use your filters, make your best educated guess, click it, and go to the next question. Your time is just too valuable. Wasting time on one hard question is just not worth it.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? I want you to start thinking like an editor. Once you've used the filters and picked your words, just quickly read the sentence back in your head. Does it sound right? Does it flow? A lot of the time, your ear just knows what the right answer is. So trust that feeling. Trust the skills that you're building. You have a great strategy now, so you can walk into that exam feeling prepared and totally confident.